Let's take a closer look at the new Lamborghini Temerario GT3. The car was presented during the Goodwood Festival of Speed and shall hit the track at the 12 Hours of Sebring 2026 for the first time, just as the new Toyota GT3, about which you can learn everything we know so far in my video below. For Lamborghini it's a big step, because the Huracan GT3 is now 10 years old, won 96 titles and has big footsteps to fill. Until now, Audi was responsible for the GT3 development of their R8, and Lamborghini created their GT3 car on that basis. Now Audi fully concentrated on F1 and stopped all other motorsport activities. So from now on, Lamborghini has to do it themselves, and the Temerario is their first GT3 car. Let's hope that this project doesn't fail like their first hypercar. Learn more about that in my video below. So they took the not very light Temerario basis with 800 horsepower V8 engine, 3 electric motors, battery and all-wheel drive and created a GT3 car. They removed the hybrid system and detuned the 4-liter V8 biturbo from 800 to 550 horsepower. For 550 horsepower, a turbocharged 3-liter engine would be enough, so the V8 here is a bit bigger and longer than it needs to be. But Lamborghini fitted smaller turbochargers for a better response and a wider power band and hence better drivability. And they fitted a transversely mounted 6-speed gearbox which allows for a bigger diffuser. And that brings us to aerodynamics. At the front they kept the same concept as the Huracan with a large center water radiator and a huge outlet at the top. It looks like a blade can be fitted there to adjust the exit flow. At the sides we can see inlets for brake cooling. What we couldn't see so far are inlets for cockpit cooling. One classic issue of the R8 GT3s, and hence also the Huracan GT3, was the air connector at the back for the onboard jacks. Not only was it pretty close to the exhaust, it was also under the rear wing, which means mechanics did not just deal with heat, they also frequently banged their head on the wing every time they wanted to lift or lower the car. So now Lamborghini moved it to the right forward window where it's much better to reach. The car features large louvers for more front downforce and the area behind the front wheel is very rounded for easier release and better front diffuser performance. The side canards are modular and can be changed according to the setup. The upper window inlet is for engine air, the large side intakes are split. It looks like the lower part is for intercooling and the upper part is for the rear brakes. They also kept the upper inlets, which seem to be there for the hybrid system on the road car and could help here with oil and gearbox cooling. They have a new KW suspension which is adjustable in 6 ways. They use an hydraulic steering system and one of the biggest topics in GT3 development right now is serviceability. GT3 cars are now built like prototypes and you can remove large pieces quickly and swap them after a crash. Also the Temerario combined the front end and rear end to one large piece, which can be swept easily. The rear wing looks pretty skinny, which is good news and could mean they generate enough downforce with the floor. As you learned in my video about the Temerario road version, it has a serious weight problem compared to the competition. Lamborghini states a weight of 1,300 kg for the GT3 car, which is at the upper end of the scale. Lamborghini says that testing went surprisingly well and they're already concentrating on setup work. 10 years ago, the Huracan GT3 was available for €369,000 and the Temerario has good chances of asking for double the price, since all the GT3 manufacturers go in this direction. How do you like the new Lamborghini Temerario GT3? Let me know in the comments below and check out my other videos for more.